So in the Bible, there is the idea that becoming the good shepherd is a good thing for yourself and for the society around you. So we can look at this. It's in the story of Cain and Abel, and it's also in the story of Moses, and it's also in the story of Christ. So the good shepherd, Jesus says, the good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Now, I'm going to introduce you to an idea, and I'm going to try and explain it in the best possible way. One question that we can ask ourselves is, why does God allow evil? Now, I heard this from Peterson, and he said maybe God doesn't allow evil. Maybe God allows us to have the freedom to do evil. Now, he doesn't really allow evil because he punishes evil and he created the universe in a way that you are punished often. Actually, you're punished always for the evil that you do, even if you don't notice it or even if you don't make the connection. You are always punished for every single thing you do. You never get away with anything. And I mean that. And so he allows us to have the freedom to do something evil. And maybe a world with the freedom to do evil and the freedom to do good is better than a world where you are forced to do good because you cannot do evil. And then you have to ask yourself, what does it mean to be good? Right? Okay, you say someone who is good is someone who is without sin. Okay, so good means perfect. Okay, who is someone that's almost good? Someone that's trying to be good. Someone that could be considered good. So not like perfect, but they're considered a good person. Maybe the best of a bad bunch or one of the best of a bad bunch. And you say, okay, well, it's someone who doesn't do that much evil. It's someone who does a lot of good or enough good to more than outweigh the evil that they've done, at least at least from the perspective of society. And you say, okay, well, there is a difference between not being able to do something and being able to do something and choosing not to do it. The good shepherd is somebody who is capable of violence, but who chooses not to overuse it, or who controls it and uses it for good. So the Bible says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." Jesus says that in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 3, I believe. 4, I think. Verse 4. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And meek does not mean weak and vulnerable. Meek means capable of great violence, but learning to control it and to use it for good. So the good shepherd is capable of a large amount of evil, not just physical violence, but capable of a large amount of evil, and yet chooses not to do it. And so, not being capable of something is not a moral virtue. Being capable and choosing to restrain yourself from that evil and to use your power for good, that's a moral virtue. And so, let's say you're married to a woman, you're a man married to a woman, and you say to your wife, "I would never cheat on you." The question is, are you not going to cheat because you can't, or are you not going to cheat because you won't? And those are different. can't and won't are different. And so I think that you should be capable of doing evil. I think you should be dangerous. I think you should be strong and capable of violence and capable of committing adultery, whatever. I know that sounds weird, but capable of a large amount of evil. And then as you become more capable, you also learn to control it more and more. And this is what, so I do karate, I do martial arts. And this is what martial arts people learn. Because, or if they don't, then they become like the Karate Kid's rival in the Karate Kid movies. Because who's the rival? The rival is the guy who's good at karate, he's dangerous, but he doesn't know how to control it. He doesn't know how to use it for good. And the Karate Kid is the kid that learns how to control it and who uses it to defeat his enemy and win. And so when you become capable of violence, because I think you should, you've got to learn how to control it, and then you've got to use it for your good. Because violence can be useful, because you've got to face monsters in your life. There are enemies out there, and they're out there to get you. And if you face a monster and you are not yourself, and in part a monster, then you are going to lose. You have to be at least partially a monster in order to battle the monsters of life, and you need to be able to battle the monsters of life.